Yo, what's poppin', gamers? I'm really tired. But I saw the new Halloween movie recently, Halloween Kills, and I just wanted to talk about it for a little bit. But first, I'm gonna be just sharing my thoughts with Halloween 2018 real quick. I thought it was pretty decent, but I definitely had a few gripes with it. For one, my biggest complaint was probably the editing in that movie. I don't know, it was just so choppy and it really just sucked out a lot of tension from a lot of scenes. And also, I kind of wish they focused more on Jamie Lee Curtis's Laurie Strode. It just felt like they were shoving in too many other characters who were just, I really didn't give two shits about at all. And that was another big drawback for me. But overall, though, I think it worked as a nice little reboot slash sequel type thing for the franchise. And I'm glad that they kind of went back to basics with it. But Halloween Kills, yeah, I'm afraid to say it's just not very, very good. I mean, if you're going into a slasher movie purely just to see some cool kills, as the title would suggest, then, I mean, you have some fun stuff here and there. But, man, there were just so many stupid moments in that movie that were just hard to wrap my head around. Like, where to even begin? There were way too many characters in this movie. One of my problems with the first movie, as I said, were just too many characters. But yeah, this movie really doubles down on that. And there's so many characters that were in the first movie, even though it doesn't really make any sense for them to still be living in Haddonfield like 40 years later. And it just felt like pure fan service with not really any point. And beyond that, there's just so many people, and they all make just the absolute worst decisions possible. And it really just felt like I was kind of watching a parody of itself at some points. So many times, characters, well, basically the gist of the movie is our characters are just, they've had enough of Michael shit, and they've just decided, you know what, evil dies tonight, as they keep chanting. It's time to get rid of this guy. But how they go about it is none of them use any guns. Instead, one dude just decides he can use a baseball bat, as if that would be like remotely effective. And that goes about as well as you'd expect. And characters are just constantly splitting up, using the worst possible weapons, like trying to take on Michael Bloody Myers like one-on-one. Like, as if you'd be able to do anything with that. And another big gripe is that sometimes characters just stab Michael and then he's down like momentarily. And you think maybe they just keep going at him, make sure he's like actually dead. But nope, they just leave him there. And then, oh, what do you know, he gets right back up. Super, super predictable at this point. And what really bothers me is like, all they have to do is just, I don't know, cut off his foot or something. And that makes him pretty useless. Like, no way he's gonna be, what's he gonna do if you cut off his foot? Nothing. So, I don't know, maybe that's better than just stabbing him in the back a couple times and just assuming he's dead. So stupid. And yeah, I thought Laurie Strode was underutilized in the 2018 one. Here, she does absolutely nothing. She's just in the hospital the entire movie. Doesn't have any kind of confrontation with Michael Myers. Doesn't really, contribute anything, sadly. I'm assuming they're just going to be saving that for the next one, so I guess we'll see how that turns out. Also, another problem is that this movie just felt, the ending, it was so abrupt. It really just felt like there was another half of a movie that was just missing. And the fact that, we know there's another one coming, it just makes it feel like, well, this movie is kind of just a filler movie before we get to the real juicy bits. But there are some decent elements to it, I guess, like the scenes that took place back where the original did, 1978, I think it was. I think that did a pretty good job at recapturing what everything looked like from the original movie. And whoever they got to like play Loomis again, holy shit, that was super convincing. Like I was just kind of blown away by how good that looked. I wasn't sure at first if it was like just a really good CGI deepfake effect, but no, it turns out they actually got an actor who looked just exactly like him. But yeah, if you're just going into Halloween, this movie just to turn your brain off and enjoy some fun kills, then I mean, I guess you'll get your money's worth. But if you really get bothered by just terrible character writing and, I don't know, a movie that just feels super all over the place, then it might not be for you exactly. But those are just my thoughts. See it for yourself and form your own opinion. I'm giving this one 2.5 out of 5. Thanks for watching. Good night.